Yes. The live stream has begun. Let's see, looking for that chat window. Where is it? Meow. Where is the chat window? Restream.io. Chat app. Open in browser. There we go. Hello and good morning. All right. So today I need to be working on a Geb comic. Let's see. Hi. Yep. I do not know. You don't see me? Let's just do a voice call. I think that'll be easier. More reliable. Go ahead and turn off your camera. There you go. Oh. Yeah, I'm streaming. No, I don't know what to say about that. I mean, the only option I have is to stop streaming. All right, so there I am. I recognize that voice. Oh, la 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 la. Open recent. So that when people come into the chat, they'll say, "Hi, Rose." Okay. So you're having trouble with the video. Let me send you just a screenshot that you can use. How about that? No? Oh, it is. Okay, great. Okay. I say give it a shot. We have 0 people watching the stream right now. Which I don't see how that can be possible since you're watching it. Don't know how it can be 0. All right. So we are going to do a screenshot here. Control, print screen. Yay. Excellent. Come on, control, print screen. What's going on? All right, here's what we'll do then. We will go to this layer. Copy. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay, so now over to Fresco. New. You could say you could take what the text from what I included in the Twitter post, which I said here. I'll post it into the chat for you. Where's the chat? There it is. All right. There you go. No, yeah, there it is. So it's in WhatsApp. Okie dokie. Now I can focus. All right. So let us bring in a file from Documents, ShareX, Screenshots. Wait. Oh, it's just in my buffer. Never mind. Control V. How about that? No. All right. Shoot. This is a bad start. Very, very simple things are eluding me here. What can I do? Can I export selection? No. I don't know why my screenshot function's not working today. Let's just do this. Print screen. Nope, not working. Huh. Control print screen. Shift print screen. Print screen is just not working. Okay. How can I do this? All right. This is a very simple procedure. I don't know why it's not working today. Print screen. Just taking a screenshot. Yeah, you're right. It should be easy. And for some reason, it's not. Okay, so I guess for the one person watching, what I need to do in this live stream is complete this last panel in this strip. So, actually I'm going to add some dialogue up here as well. But, yo, D, what's the rumpus? I see the hitchhiker on Marcus's head has matured. So you knew about that, huh? You think there was a foreign entity growing inside this base without me knowing about it? And Marcus shouts, if you knew this thing was growing on me, then why didn't you do something? You want action? You got it. So she whips out her sword and she's going to cut one of these things off of his head. So that's the final panel down here that I'll be drawing in today's live stream. But let's see, I've copied it. It's in my buffer now. But I can't just paste in Fresco. You know, I want to work over here in Fresco because it's looser. But it won't let me paste. So somehow I need to just have a document that's just this. So I guess I will open Photoshop, as much as I hate to do it. So it takes a while for Photoshop to open because it's a big bloated mess of a program. And I really should learn to use GIMP instead, but here we go. Here's Photoshop thinking about opening. All this for a super rough, it's not even a sketch. I mean, it's just rough rough composition. But let's say Joyce swings sword. All right, Photoshop. Make it so. There we go. All right. All for that. So, layers. Flatten. Save as. Drawings will say Joyce swings sword rough. Okay. So back to Fresco. And let's try to import an image. There it is. All right. Enlarge. All right, so that's our shape. Done. All right. So now the one of Paige Golf Girl. What's her last name? Virenic. All right. Well, forget it. So, here's my problem. I want to have Joyce here. Here she is. She's swinging the sword. You know, this is the path of the sword here. The problem is, Joyce is much shorter than Marcus. His head's going to be like way up here. Well, I guess that'll work. That'll work. So he's like pulling back in horror. Let's get a bigger pencil going here. Haha. That sounds like it could be suggestive. Let's bring out the big pencil. Let's draw like the big boys. Let's see. Nobody in the chat still. I wonder where my peep's at. Nobody. Not even Ed. Not even Les. It's true. People got to work. Yeah. Some places it is. Sketching. Gosh. I already have the pencil selected. Oh my goodness. Yep. 4 hours north. In Montreal. Montreal's a lovely city. We should go there sometime. Yeah, it's usually even a little bit colder where he is. Alright. Here's Marcus. What's he going to be doing with his hands and arms? Okay, so this one, I think it's just going to be sort of foreshortened. Here's his hand, fingers, thumb. And maybe this other one reaching up to his head. Alright, and he's a pretty muscular dude. He's not a superhero or anything, you know, he's an academic. But he works out. He's an academic. An academician. He thinks for a living. Thinks, writes, and talks. That's Marcus. Yeah, Marcus is a lot like me. Except that I never give him a break. He's always, not always, but often, the butt of the joke. Or, the guy who doesn't understand. Or the guy who's out of his element. He's smart, but he's not prepared to deal with this, his current situation. Hey, I'm going to go grab a mouse. I'll be right back. Sigh. I walked to the other room to get the mouse, couldn't find it, came back here and saw that it was just sitting behind the Cintiq, within easy reach of where I was already sitting. Oh, and that is a lasso. Focus, yes, focus, focus. Focus. Focus pocus? No. It's just gibberish. Alrighty. So my temptation here is to zoom in, but I can't zoom in easily in Fresco. Fresco is like, a piece of paper, basically. So it forces me to stay zoomed out and just focus on the general shapes here and the general sweep, the gesture, the motion of the pose. So I've got his head too big. There we are. And can I rotate it? No. All right. Deselect. All right. Still nobody. Interesting. It's been 20 minutes. That's very... I said it's been 20 minutes since I started the live stream. That's pretty unusual. Actually, I started a minute late, so it's been like 18 minutes. Yeah. Usually there's somebody here by the half-hour mark. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's you. That one. Yeah. You are the one. Now, we haven't been together long enough for me to start singing You're Still the One. Who's here? Les. Muala. What's Muala? Usually there's somebody here by the half-hour mark. Alright. Yes, I see that. Deselect. Voila. Do you know that word? I don't know that word. Like the French, voila. Alrighty. So he's got his 1, 2, 3, 4. One back. So this one just got cut off. And the others are freaking out. Look at their mouths open here. Screaming in outrage and pain. The snake's in his head. Because Joyce just cut one of them off with her sword. With her, yes. Good job. Yes. You'd be stupid to mess with Joyce, yes. So, you know, Joyce is her actual original form is a lot like a salamander. She's not a mammal. But she has breasts that are completely cosmetic. She just, you know, had Mama Shug put them there to distract human males, to give her they are cosmetic, yes. As I say, she's not a mammal. Distract. Yeah. It's psychological warfare. Well, you can tell me, but I can't really respond to it. Let's see, like that. Like that. Get the tentacles flying, the head tails. Les says, I think it's voila, but I say it different. All right. Yes. Yes, the French does begin with, it looks like viola. All right. Oh, wow. Rose says that in Arabic, voila means to have power over someone. Oh, okay. Yeah, my chat comes later. I didn't see that he had posted that. All right. Well, I'm watching it in Restream, and I think you're watching it in YouTube. So it just takes a few seconds for the data to travel over. Even have her like doing a proper samurai sword technique. Here in the drawing that I'm making, because her face is pretty rudimentary right now. Let's see. And I used to have this whole gestural repertoire for her antenna. Like, you know, when she's really focused and fierce, they point straight ahead or down. But then that kind of covers her face. Anyway, I'm not going to get real detailed with the face here. Let's see. What I will do, I'm going to cut out all of that for now. Come on, what am I looking for? I'm looking for erase. Wow. Brain, engage. Engage, brain. In fact, yeah. Kind of spacey this morning. What's that all about? Yes. Yes, I do. I'm not saying it's a good idea for real. I'm saying that I like the idea of a repetition. Alright, so... Oh, right, I wanted to watch that. Oh, well. Yes, I will not say anything else about that. So there's a thing that people do when they're making a cut with a katana, where I guess she's right-handed, so, well, she's ambidextrous, but right hand on top, she's wielding it right-handed. So they swing, with the shoulders and the arms, but then at the point where the sword's about to make contact, there's a twist of the wrist to make, just to speed up the sword. And I'm going to have her doing that. Not that anybody's going to notice. A slight added bit of realism. Yeah, not so much a twist as a tilt down real quick. Like you take it's like her left hand is holding the bottom of the hilt and the right hand's holding the top. So the left hand pulls up, the right hand pushes down. In addition to the big swing of the arms, it just makes the sword move a little bit faster there at the critical moment. We're going to get a big action line like that. But I'm not happy with that pose. It looks way too stiff. So let's see. I'm going to add a new layer. The Mandalorian version of Dune. Yeah. So, yes, George Lucas was accused of stealing freely from Dune for the 1977 movie. And they really just... In the season premiere of The Mandalorian, they have this giant, they call it a crate dragon, but this big monster that is underneath the sand, and it comes up out of the sand to grab things, and it's just like in Dune. Yeah, I was a little uncomfortable with that. Just how much of a open theft that was, particularly in light of years of accusations of intellectual theft. Let's see, what am I doing? I've already added the layer. Let's go to a different color. And rather than sketch with a pencil, let's get something bigger. Like that. Alright, so here's Marcus. Over here. I don't know. Yeah, Les, I really don't like thought balloons. I almost never use them. Yeah. So he's suggesting that I have Joyce think about that. Also, she doesn't have to think about that. Her technique is flawless, and she doesn't have to, micromanage it verbally. Okay, so now we want to take this and get rid of it, or hide it for the time being. Right. So now... Well, it's here now, but it made contact up here. Oh, you can't see. Cannot draw in a hidden layer. Okay, let's go over here. New color. So the sword is down here right now, but this is the path that it traced, and it made contact up here. All right. Well, I'll just leave this color for now. So just motion is all we want right now. Motion. And actually, she's going to twist like that. So head up here. Let's see. Get the flying tentacles here. Yeah, it's important to make swishing noises as you draw. You gotta go whoosh. Very important. Essential part of the process. All right. What do you think about David Lynch's Dune? The dialogue was basically one large thought balloon. Yes, and that's, given the source material, I understand why he did that, and it made sense. Because that's how the characters in the book talk. You know, they're talking, but then each character is also reacting internally to what the other person has said. They're thinking about what they're going to say. They're thinking about the implications of what they are saying. I mean, there's many layers to the dialogue in Dune. So I understand why he did that. I wouldn't do that. I would not have so much interior monologue and narration. But I get it. I know why he did it. There we are. But now she's getting too big again, so let's grab all of this. Whoops. Cancel. Try again. Getting sleepy. Oh, well, yes, I can imagine. Oh, shoot. Look what I did. All right. Done. Let's, can we do this? No. All right. Just try again. Yes, I do too. I'm happy with it now, but she's too big. I have to shrink her a bit. She's tiny. She's shorter than you. We have a life-size cutout of Joyce. Let me show you. Yeah, let's see. Okay. Documents. Gebio. Where would it be? Promotional? As I've mentioned, file formatting or file management is not my strong point. So here, this is Joyce and VZ at Politicon 2018, and yeah, well, I think we use this as a we use this on Instagram. So I think Marcus and VZ are about the same height. VZ here is about my height. So her eye line is like just below his shoulders. That's how tall she is. There's a picture of a little girl standing next to Joyce, and the little girl is almost as tall as Joyce. Not sure where that would be. Anyway, let's open this one. So yeah. Whoops. What's happening? I don't know. I'm 6'1". I don't know what that is in centimeters. So here we can see Joyce is like just under 5 foot tall. And VZ's up here around 6'3". So she's short. All right, let's put that away. Put that away. Back to this. All right. Deselect. So let's go a little darker and a little smaller. Now we can start defining the shape of her. So I tend to draw her with like normal human head first, and then I make the cheeks bigger and the chin bigger. So she starts out more realistic than she ends up. Oh yeah, antenna's an add-on for sure. Let's see. So now, as much as I love to look at and draw the female posterior, I've never really exploited Joyce's butt before. Like, we've never seen her from full-on behind, you know, with all the loving detail that a male artist will put into the female anatomy. And that's because she doesn't really have a female energy to her. She is female, but not a mammal. Like, she doesn't really understand how to present her female, you know, cosmetically female parts. There was a strip where she had taken an abductee home and then made the abductee order pizza. She was going to take the pizza back to Antarctica with her, and then she flashed her breasts at the pizza delivery guy. But she doesn't have nipples yet, so she drew them on with a Sharpie first. Oh, I don't. Mm-hmm. I didn't hear about that. Okay. 180.38. Not by much. You're off by 0.38 centimeters. That's pretty darn close. In fact, I'm sure my height changes over the course of the day by more than 0.38 centimeters. I mean, gravity compresses my spine over the course of a day. So while I might be, you know, a little more than 6'1" first thing in the morning, I'm probably a little less than 6'1" before I go to bed at night. Okay, now we can put breasts on her. And I guess they're going to be a little higher. That one will be a little higher. Okay. So she has armor on. She's got a piece around her neck, and she has shoulder plates here with little spikes on them. And then she's got these forearm bracers. And her torso protecting brassiere. Not a brassiere, I guess it's more of a bustier. And she has a big old belt. Parker is here! Yay! Hey, Parker. Alright. Now we'll get the cheeks going, get a little bigger. Alright. Back to Marcus. Parker, Rose asks me to ask you, what's up? No? Alright. What exact words should I have used? Oh, then it would sound like it comes from me. I mean, it does come from me. Hey, what's up, Parker? Yeah. Okay, so getting there. Ugh, no, not that. All right. So I'm about to take it over to Yeah, I put on the Joe Rogan podcast with Alex Jones yesterday, and it's like a 3.5-hour podcast, so it kept me occupied as I was drawing. And yes, I was definitely amused and laughing quite a bit. Because Alex Jones, like it was October, and Joe Rogan observes Sober October, which I sometimes do. I just forgot this year. So he was... Joe Rogan was not smoking weed or drinking anything. He was, stone cold sober. But Alex Jones got really drunk. I mean, he got really drunk during the podcast and was being very, oh yeah. And toward the end, he basically admitted to having a drinking problem. And Joe Rogan was saying, man, you should... he was just really, well, do you know who Alex Jones is? Okay, he's a TV host, but he talks about conspiracy theories a lot. He talks about the evil machinations of the globalists, as he calls them. But he talks like he's a professional wrestling announcer or something. I mean, he's got this big, gruff voice. He talks like this, and he gets really loud. So he was just really cutting everybody off and shouting a lot, but also understanding that that's what he was doing, and trying to rein it in, but then forgetting, and it was very funny. But he was super drunk, and he kept trying to get Joe to either smoke weed or drink some whiskey or something, and Joe kept saying nope, sober October, not doing it. All right. It's about time to move this all over to Clip Studio Paint. Let's see. It's been a while since I've drawn either Marcus or Pix in their Miskatonic outfits here. Kind of forget how they work, how they're cut. Oh well. So it goes. Good enough. So let us export a snapshot. Whoa, no, I accidentally closed it. All right, let's... the main character, who's played by Uma Thurman, goes to a master Japanese sword maker who has stopped making swords because he doesn't want to participate in the violence anymore. And she convinces him that her cause is just and she needs one of his swords. So he's based on a historical figure named Hanzo Hattori. And he's like a modern representation. Maybe he's meant to be, what am I thinking of? A descendant of that historical figure. But anyway, she has a sword made by this master swordsman. And the joke, that it's sort of an inside joke that we were talking about on the weekly Geb conference call, was that Joyce has a sword made by that same guy. And, maybe he made it for her to get her to go away. I mean, it hasn't really been worked out what their relationship is, but she has one. Okay, so let's export. I'll just do a quick export. And we'll call it Joyce Swings Sword. Picasso. Fresco. This isn't Picasso, this is Fresco. What am I saying? Alright, now we'll import it over here. Image, please. Documents. Live stream drawings. Oh, there it is. So let's bring it forward. And now we've got to size it. What am I doing? Power up the tab mate. Alright. So let's take the opacity. Oh, wrong layer. Where is it? There. That. Okay, I think that's it. So now let's create a layer over that, and we'll call it Last Panel Sketch. So typically I have 3 layers to a drawing. There's the rough layer, the sketch layer, and the ink layer. And then after all that, then I, get rid of the first 2 and put in a tones layer, or color layer if it's a color illustration. But right now we're going to do the sketch. So I just created that new layer, called it Last Panel Sketch, and it's already selected. And yes, I'm talking to myself. Blah, blah, blah. Narration. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I'm not talking to myself. There is one person who can respond by voice. Hey, Les is in the second day of a fast. Interesting. KMOTO Sunday podcast. I did yesterday, just because I have this. I have a lot of comic strip work to get done. Parker writes, that was an interesting way to listen to. Yes. Hey, Les. He did one yesterday. I'm thinking because he's on a comic deadline. You are correct, Parker. Sober October would be difficult to do in Munich, I imagine. It's my because of Oktoberfest. It's my second day of fasting, so it looks like I'll have a sober November, or at least a few days in November. That's impressive. How many hours? That statement makes it sound like food causes you to not be sober. What if Joyce really has a cheap copy of a samurai sword but doesn't know it and thinks it was actually made by the master? But she's just so skillful in her swordplay that it doesn't really matter. And here's Rodney. Hello, Rodney. Well, Parker, alcohol fasting sucks. I tried it, and by day 3, I was spent. So just doing the normal water fast. Alcohol fasting? As in you're not eating food, but you do drink alcohol? That sounds dangerous. Alrighty. Let us get to work. We can kill this layer. Now, you can type in the chat, right? You could ask questions of the folk. No? Okay. Fair enough. We will not talk about that. Here. Okay. So I've drawn. Say that last part again. All right, so because this is a semi-comical strip, I increase the size of her head. Bigger than it would be if she were a realistic figure. Okay. That's too big. Let's pull out a bit. Okay. Christian Bale kind of did an alcohol fast when he was preparing for The Mechanic. You know, I heard that when he was preparing for The Mechanic, he ate nothing but 1 apple and 1 can of tuna a day. That was his super aggressive weight loss diet. Not like Christian Bale did. I mean, have you seen that movie, The Mechanic? He got so just crazy skinny, looked like he was starving to death. Looked like a, concentration camp victim or something. It's horrible. And then he went from there to getting in shape for Batman Begins, and he gained like 20 pounds of muscle in a short period. Here, I will show you. Oh, you're breaking up, my love. Can't really hear you. Let's see. I wouldn't want to. Here, let me show you. Christian Bale. Oh, it's The Machinist. That's what it was called. Yeah, The Machinist. So, there. That's how much weight he lost. Look at that. Can you see it? Okay. So we'll send this back to the other monitor. And there. Yeah, see it now? Yes, yeah. So I would definitely not want to do that. It's not the look I'm going for. I would like... Right. Yeah, I mean, I could just not eat anything for 2 weeks. The longest I've gone is 10 days, but I'm sure I could do 14. All right. So... KMO does not seem to see the chat. I had drifted away from the chat for a bit there, Parker, but I'm back. And look, Parker, it looks like you're participating both in Twitch and YouTube. What's going on here? There we go. Yeah, he says, YouTube says 4 people watching. One of them is me, and Les and Rodney are there too. And I think Rose is the other. So we have no lurkers. Everybody who is watching is either typing in the chat or talking to me on WhatsApp. All right. I'll make that one like that. This one over here, and the big one. All right. Sounds good. Set me up. So, there's a specific location in the human brain which is responsible for cartoon/caricature processing. When it gets stimulated, you hallucinate images of Betty Boop, Mickey Mouse, and the like. I would rather hallucinate images of Jessica Rabbit. Yeah, I mean, I understand the appeal of Betty Boop, but she's not much to look at. All right. It's not hair, it's more like tentacles, but they're not prehensile. They're in Star Wars. They're what are called head tails. So I guess the most famous species in Star Wars that has them is the Twi'leks or the Twi'leks, like the dancing slave girls in Jabba's palace. They had those head tentacles or head tails that are kind of limp. That's basically what Joyce has got going. Okay, you got to go. Okay. Well, thank you for accompanying me this far. Here, I'm gonna throw in the video for just a sec. All right, all of my peeps here in the live stream, I'm going to mute for just a second. Say goodnight to Rose. I'll be back with you all in just a minute. Hey everybody, I'm back. Where's my glove? Shoot. Oh, I put it in my pocket. There it is. So let me find the chat. Here we are. Good call. Jessica Rabbit is pretty foxy, but my childhood thing was for Chitara. Oh, a thundercat. Right on. I'd imagine that Joyce would have a difficult time sleeping on a normal bed with all that headgear pushing her head forward. You know, I'd never thought about that. I imagine that she sleeps floating in water, probably face down in water. All right, Marcus. My man, time for you to get a face. Alright. So Marcus looks maxed. He's got big old brows, big strong cheekbones, big strong chin. He still doesn't know how to get with the ladies. He's too much of a academic geek boy. Okay. So getting the folds in his tunic is kind of a challenge. What do we got here? Sensory deprivation tank. No, she's an amphibian. You know, she's water is her natural habitat. She has been altered by Mama Shug to operate more effectively in a terrestrial environment. And because, you know, she has no hope of rejoining her own species, she just wants to be as human as possible so she can get attention. That's Joyce's main motivation. She is an attention whore. She needs people to be looking at her, paying attention to her, praising her skill and her, you know, her accomplishments. She needs attention. That is her primary psychological characteristic. Desire for attention. What do we got here? Hey, Ed. How you doing? Do her limbs grow back if they get cut off? I don't know. That's an interesting idea. Mama Shug could probably replace a missing limb for her. Okay, so one of the snakes is like here. It's been cut. And the body of it is going to be like here, let's say. Falling off. So we'll get in closer on that. So Les asked me earlier about Ah, yes. Time change, bruh. What's up, Ed? Yeah, the time change kind of screwed up the nice symmetry, the nice 12-hour time difference that I had with Rose. Until, we went back to standard time. We were exactly 12 hours apart. It made arranging calls really easy. And now we're 13 hours apart. Let's see, so this has got to like really pull down by the force of the blow. So her sword is going to have just a little bit of blood flying off it. There we are. Wish that blood would be coming out more like this. So maybe our snake dude has traveled a bit further as a result of the cut. Maybe he's down here. That. Yeah. All right, let's get back, finish the head. So, last you were asking me about first episode of the second season of The Mandalorian. What'd you think? All right. I liked it. I don't mind if there's some intellectual property crossover as long as it's used to good use after it's stolen. Yeah, okay. I can dig it. Let's see. Anybody else see it? All right. I'm going to go in search of a snake with its mouth open so I can really get this right. Snake with mouth open. Ooh. Oh yeah. Okay. Let's see. Check that out. That's pretty badass. Okay, so let's go with this guy. Uh-huh. I can't totally copy this because I've already, these snake creatures have appeared elsewhere. So I can't totally change them. But I am going to take a little bit of the hinge of the jaw here. Alright, so let's go back. There we are. chat again. Oh, no. You need to go back over to the other monitor. There you go. All right. Pop into the chat for just a sec. I shall continue trying, and when I do, I will watch. Oh, I did not succeed in getting access to a Disney Plus account. What about the Pirate Bay? I'll be back, gents. And I'm back. Oh, wait. Coffee. Coffee, coffee, coffee. Oh, no, not a half and half. All right, I'm back. Ed says, Parker says, I did not watch it. I see it was available on the Bay. Yep. Ed says, I feel that for the sake of the quality of these chats, it is our duty to be up to speed on the latest sci-fi TV. Well, I can't claim to be up to date on all the latest. You know, just the franchises that I'm already invested in. Okay, so that's all up out of frame. Don't have to draw the fingers. Yay! Oh, sorry, I should have said spoiler alert. What's this? It's a long and good episode. Yeah, I noticed it was long. I was happy about that. Little Yoda gets injured and loses... But no, he doesn't. Mandalorian's helmet gets destroyed and he meets young Jabba the Hutt. That's nonsense. Lies, all lies. All lies. Actually, sorry, gents. I'll be back. No need to include plot summaries. Meow. Meow. Alrighty. Let's see. What's this? What do you see? Truth. You went to drop a deuce, hence the no need to include plot summaries line. No, I wrote that, but he read it, because I thought you were spoiling The Mandalorian. Well, KMO foiled my ploy. Question for you. What event occurred in your life over the last 2 days that was unique and novel and new and fresh? Honestly, I don't remember, says Les. You must always take notice of novel events, but that's because I was inebriated Friday and Saturday and ill on Sunday. Even watching Mando Season 2, Episode 1 qualifies. I'm on my second day of fast, Ed, but you already knew that. Otherwise, you wouldn't ask that question. All right. So I am back. We can delete that. Alrighty, back to it. What are we doing? We got more snakes to draw. This guy right here can be much better. Maybe he's like coming up here to howl his distress. There we are. Like that. Okay. I didn't know that. Good on you for fasting. Well then, you're prescient. What makes Ed prescient? Has anybody played the Halo games? This isn't a recent sci-fi property, but I watched like a total summary of all the Halo storylines on YouTube last night. The only Halo game I've ever played is Halo Reach, but I really like the production design in that series. I also like the production design and the character design in what's the World of War? StarCraft. Alexa, notification.
One new notification. From Amazon Shopping. Based on your order history, it may be time to reorder Vetri Science Laboratories GlycoFlex 3. It's $12.50 on Amazon. Would you like to add it to your cart?
Sure.
Added to cart. Review and check out your Amazon cart in the Amazon app.
Halo is created by Bungie. Didn't they also do Oni? I really liked that game.
Mm-hmm.
Do I recommend seeking out that Halo summary? I don't know. Do you know the mythos? It's told in sort of a snarky fashion. It's maybe not the most respectful telling of it, but I enjoyed seeing it. All right. The Bungie people are an outfit out of Chicago who were bought by Microsoft. All right. I think we're ready to jump on over to ink. So, last panel sketch. We'll turn down the opacity on this. The thing that I'm seeing behind it is what? That? Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to just delete that. This panel sketch, where, okay, so I need to put it below character ink. And now we are ready for ink. Actually not, but I can't, I can't spend all day on this. So, let's get going with the ink. Is that full on black? Yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, need a smaller nib. There. So Les, let me ask you about your English. Where did you acquire it, or how? Everyone is talking about the game Among Us. Among Us? You're not talking about The Last of Us? Oh, and Ed, a friend of mine, mentioned Palantir. Maybe it's a good investment. IP was what? A week ago? When you say IP, do you mean IPO? You mentioned it. Out of my head. Oni was developed in 2001 by Bungie West, a division of Bungie, released in 2001. It was Bungie West's only game. And because of the success of Halo, there will never be a sequel to it, but I really enjoyed that game. I mean, it was a pretty blatant ripoff of Ghost in the Shell, but it was a well-done ripoff of Ghost in the Shell. Like, I can't even remember the main character's name, because she was such a, clear and obvious imitation of Motoko Kusanagi. What do we got here? IPO, yes. I bought 100 shares on IPO day. I like strategy games. I do too. Master of Orion 2. Oh, I can't tell you how many hours I wasted. How many hours of my life went down the Master of Orion 2 hole. What's going on? Oh, let's try that. Who are the race of hot cybernetic chicks? One of the factions in the game was all cheesecake. They were the ones I played most often. Okay. Let's go with a ruler here. I'm going to do a very subtle curved ruler until we get to the end. Oops. Lizek Wolkowski. You join me on Myth 2. I will take you under my wing. You will be a legend on there. Board games too. Yeah, there's a board game that I play with my sons every time I'm with them. Called Pandemic, but it's not the full Pandemic. It's the reskinned Cthulhu Pandemic. Reign of Cthulhu. Oh, what's going on? There we go. All right. So I'm going to take everything that I've drawn so far here. And we're gonna go up this way just a bit and twist it down just a bit. Yeah, like that. Congratulations, you've received 100 messages today with Restream Chat. Here, I'll tweet it. All right. Tweet. Tweet, tweet. Yes. We had Crazy Guy kill 2 people with a katana sword here in Quebec on Halloween night. Did it happen on a train? I think I saw that. Real talk. My name is pronounced Leszek Bałkowski. But I'm good with Les or less. Leszek. Did you guys dress up? I did not. All right. Now, the path of the sword. Let's get that curve ruler going again. So now it's going to be a very thin line. Like that. And let's do another. Curve ruler here, there. All right, once again. Alrighty, now let's glance at the snakes again. Where'd they go? Here we are. Okay. Very good. Nope. Ed is in Montreal. I have visited him there. Let's see. What else we got here? It is an archipelago of 300 plus islands. What is? Ed, is Quebec going to succeed? Will they succeed in their secession? And what about Alberta? Alberta would have a very tough time seceding, I think, unless they join the U.S. But I don't think the rest of Canada is really going to let them divide the country that way. Meow. What? Kitty, it is not time for you to eat. No, I'm the expert on that subject, and it is not time. Argue all you want, doesn't make a bit of difference. Nope, it is not time for a kitty to eat. It's just not. It's just not. Nope. I know it feels like a good time to eat, but I'm doing stuff, kitty. I got stuff to do. Let's go with a larger. Oh, I still have those rulers in place. Okay, here we go. No, kitty. Not that time of day. Hey, we got new people here. Oh. Alright. You get banned. Block. Block. What do we got here? I know you live there and all, but I'm pretty sure Montreal is not a string of islands. Well, there is a river. Might be islands in the river, who knows. Demographically, those who want Quebec to secede are at a disadvantage. Oh, you know, on the ballot tomorrow in Puerto Rico, yet another statehood referendum. Montreal Island is the largest island in the Hochelaga archipelago. Maybe they're just ahead of the curve. Oh, that is interesting. We have constant flow of immigrants, and they tend to have more loyalty to Canada than Quebec. The provinces in Canada have a lot of autonomy, says Ed. Les says, have you noticed how it's usually the small to medium countries that tend to be economically prosperous? So a lot of appetite for independence is already sated. My new hypothesis is that paramilitary monarchy is the most stable form of government. Paramilitary monarchy. That's interesting. Alrighty. Time to get in here and draw some snakes. All right, I see. What do we got here? I shake my fist at all of you. Ed, tell me about the paramilitary monarchy. It's a type of state where a royal figure is the titular head, but power is actually invested in a parliament. Oh, you mean a parliamentary monarchy? You're typing paramilitary monarchy. Maybe that was an autocorrect error of some sort. Like they have in Denmark, New Zealand, Sweden, Canada, etc. Okay, so yes. Parliamentary monarchy, not a paramilitary monarchy. All right. Where are we at? What's going on? All right, now we need to put in the blood. Ooh, that's too much. Too big. Try this. What do we got here? The autocorrect was in your own head this time, KMO. Well, count up. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Lessig says, Ed, tell me about the paramilitary monarchy, paramilitary. Oh, I see. Yep. Ed did originally type parliamentary monarchy, and it was Parker who said lol paramilitary, and then Les picked up on it. Paramilitary monarchy, Ed? I get you. All right. So, what do we want? We want 10 and no, not like that, like that. Parliamentary monarchy. Can't say I'm really all that keen to have a king or a queen. But right now, given the choices of president, I'm not real keen on having a president either. Alrighty. Now, if I wanted to get really ambitious, I could put the word like slice or swoosh or something like that here in the trailing edge of the sword swing. Let's see. Let's experiment with that. Because if I don't do that, I need to put in some background. And putting in background, well, I need to put in background. I just do. Yeah. So Marcus is standing over here by the pool. Derek's over here to his right. Maybe Pixabay back here in the background. All right, let's go to a sketch layer. What's happening? Oh, I'm erasing. That's what's happening. Okay, yes. So we're on a sketch layer. Let's try to rough in some background here. Eye level about there. So the pool comes around like that. And I'll say there's like a cave entrance over here. Maybe Pix is standing back here, looking alarmed. What do we got here? We both knew he meant paramilitary. My grandma smoked Parliament cigs. When do you think the tension / uncertainty around this election / transition will peak? My guess would be about 3 days after Election Day, when we've got a pretty decent idea of what the vote totals are, but neither side, well, the winning side is going to insist that the battle is over, and the seemingly losing side is going to try to find some flaw. Alright, so Mama Shug's got a big tentacle coming out back here. Is that going to be distracting? It might be. Oh, I didn't ink his hand. What am I doing? Let's see. Character ink. Back to black. Alright, so let's go over to our sketch layer. And whoops. Fill in Pix here. Mouth agape. So we're not going to see a whole bunch of her right now. We're just going to get her silhouette so we know who it is. Actually, it won't be a silhouette, but there won't be much detail in her. And Pix is completely flat-chested. Something you don't see in comic books or comic strips very often. Arching eyebrows, mouth agape. Let's make her head a little bigger. Remember, comic book, comic strip, there we go. Alright. Nope, that is not a pencil. Alright. Now, let us attempt the slice. How about... Okay. Rotate. What did I assign that to? I do. A. A is rotate. All right. Yeah, there we are. All right, let's say we'll do some green. Not that. What do you think of that? Slice. Let's go a bit darker with it. Too distracting? That probably is too distracting, isn't it? Better that slice just be a light pattern. Okay, so back. All right. All right, so let's see. Background ink. Where is background? There it is. Background ink. Yes. There we go. So for the background ink, we'll go with like that. And turn the sketch layer down a bit. There we are. Alrighty. So, sorry Pix, today you are part of the background. Background ink. Dark, small. Alright, her whole, like her thighs are too long, so let's go back to the sketch layer, select all of this, and move it up. There we are. Okay. So back to background ink. I'm going to check the chat here as soon as I finish on Hicks. You know what? I just noticed it is 11:16. I have a lot more. I have to finish this page today. So I will be back, but I am going to take a break. I'm going to eat. I'm going to watch a little bit of Rising, and then I will be back to complete this. But before I go, I will read the chat. What do we got here? What do we got? Okay. In 2016, it peaked on election night. I think it'll last 3 months. It says last 3 or 4 months. Well, 4 months. That'll be into the next. That'll be after Inauguration Day. You think it's a 79-day situation? Got it. Yeah, I don't think so. Me and KMO disagree by 2 orders of calendar magnitude. You know, I don't pretend to be able to see the future, so who knows? Maybe come Inauguration Day, they'll still be wrangling over it. But I think that Trump doesn't want to lose just because he doesn't want a loss. But at the same time, I don't really think he wants to continue being president. I think he'd, once the loss is a fait accompli, he'll be happy to be gone. Because, then he gets to just go and be the media figure. He doesn't have to, he won't have the responsibility of the president. He'll just be able to tweet, and he'll probably get a show on Fox, or maybe he'll have a podcast. This will be long and drawn out. Neither side will accept the other's candidate. I'm setting up a what is that? Huh. Oh, I see. Short the VIX. I was trying to read that as a Roman numeral. Short the VIX trade based off of this guesstimation. So your answers matter. KMO says 3 days. I say 3 months. That's a pretty big discrepancy. How long have that last close election is your country? Was the election considered settled? Less? A day? A week? Oh, how long after? I see. How long after the last close election in your country was the election considered settled? Comma. Less? A day? A week? Parker, after this one, I'm not even sure there will be any more elections the way they were done. Remember, Rome lasted 1,000 years. Half of it was a republic, and the other half, well, A new world is waiting to be born, says Ed. The left isn't voting for Biden, it's voting against Trump. The vitriol and hatred is toxic, it sure is. This will be a long and drawn-out affair. Not like Gore/Bush 2000. Did you hear in the Starlink terms of use contract there is a reference to free Mars in the legalese? I did not hear that. When they were both buddies and Gore went on to make millions off another gig claiming the world will end, most of the authoritarians like to put on a look of democracy these days. Mars will be the new America. I don't see it. Mars doesn't have the resources that the North American continent does. But what about the belt? The belt, I think that the whole of the belt, if you took it all and you put it together, it would be smaller, it would be less massive than Earth's moon. Well, maybe less massive than Pluto. But what about the belt? Belt and Road? Oh, you mean in the picture KMO's drawing? The area between Mars and Jupiter. It's an Expanse reference. Donkey balls. That's my favorite Expanse scene. The 58-second one. I think it's my daughter's destiny to reestablish the Polish monarchy and save Poland from authoritarian populism. I'll support her if she makes Mars colonization first priority. Poland cannot get into space. All right, fellas, I'm going to end the stream for now, but I will